Yo, what's going on guys? It's Westdrum here, back with another video, and in today's vid, I'm going to be showing you guys how to download 1v1.LOL. If you guys are tired of very low frame rates on browser, this is the video for you. Basically, what we're going to be doing is downloading a client to perform the best of your ability and have the best gaming experience. Right before we hop in this vid though, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. I work really hard on these videos, so it means the world to me if you do so. But let's go ahead and hop right into it. So here I am on the 1v1.LOL browser version. This is just going to show you guys a comparison from this to the client. So right now, if I full screen it and go into free build, you guys will see I usually cap about 240 FPS. I could do a bit higher if I disabled my frame rate, but for the most part, you run pretty smooth, but it gets kind of intense when you have multiple people, and definitely when you disable your FPS, you have people ping abusing. That's what it's called. Basically, say you were building up down here, people could start shooting you through builds, they would see you levitate. That's basically what ping abuse is. And what this client does is it disables this, and it has a completely fair fight between your opponent and yourself. Now, how to set this up is you guys are going to need to click the first link in the description. I have it down there, so just go ahead and click it and follow along in this video. It should be called appmaker.xyz. And don't worry about all this other stuff. The main thing you're going to want to do is click this download button right here. Now, don't be scared to download this. This was actually made by two pro players in the 1v1.LOL community who wants what's best. The pro players that made it are named Zerko and Kreo, both pretty big on YouTube, and they both have been in recent videos of mine. So I've gotten to know them pretty well, and they're just here to help. So the first thing you guys are going to want to do is click this arrow right here, and then click open. You're going to want to open up this zip file. Don't worry about this RAR download or anything. You just need to open up the zip to this right here. You should be greeted with one folder, and inside this folder, there should be a lot of stuff. But don't worry about this stuff yet. You want to go back, right-click this folder, and then extract to a specific folder. And you'll be brought up with a lot of this stuff. You're going to want to click this right here, the Downloads tab, and hit OK. What this is doing is transferring this to your Downloads folder instead of the zip file. So now you can X out of this, you can X out of this, and just open up your file explorer. Next up, you want to click the Downloads tab, and you will be brought up with your zip file and the folder right here. You don't actually need this anymore, this zip thing. You can kind of just delete it, and you're left with this folder. From there, you want to double click this folder and go to 1v1.LOL. Don't worry about any of this other stuff. This is just the game contents. This is literally how 1v1.LOL is made. You just want to focus on this application right here. From there, you're going to want to right-click 1v1.LOL and create a shortcut. And it should duplicate it here and then transfer it up here, just like that. And what you're going to want to do is hold left-click on this and drag it onto your desktop anywhere you want. So right here, you should see a little logo for the 1v1.LOL client, and it should say shortcut. If you don't see this logo and it doesn't say shortcut, you've done it wrong. You need to go back in the tutorial and try and fix your mistake. But from there, you can close this folder, double click 1v1.LOL like this, and it should open up an appmaker.xyz. You can remove this screen if you want, but I usually have it open just to make sure I distinguish the client from the browser, and here we are. Now, when you first load this up, there will be some issues, like your controls will be the default binds, your settings won't be set up, so you will need to go through and compare them to the browser. One major thing I want to point out too is your sensitivity for some reason on the client is a little bit weirder than on the browser. So for instance, on the browser, I have 12% X and 12% Y movement, but on the client, I had to put 15%. They perform the exact same. They work perfectly fine. It's just that little difference in percent makes it the same for some reason. Also, you will obviously see I can't go to locker, I can't log in, and do not log in. Trust me guys, this is not the official 1v1.LOL website, so I wouldn't trust the client. Like, it could easily try and take your information. Obviously, they're not going to do that, but just trust me when I say do not log in. Just leave it like this, and they can't really do anything to your computer or your account. So we could go to free build, and I could show you guys I still get 240 FPS. You can obviously see the game performs really smooth on a client. Like you guys can see, usually I don't build this good, but I'm building like a maniac right now. But we want to do even better than this, and I will show you guys how to uncap your FPS with no ping abuse. So you actually want to close the application and go back to your shortcut, right click the shortcut and click properties. Now to do this, you only need one line of text, and I will put it right by the link in the description, so it's really easy. You guys can easily copy it, but what you're going to want to do is click right behind exe in the target location, do one space, and then Control V and paste in this line of text right here. -- disable -frame .rate .limit, and then a dash right at the end. You don't want to change any of this up. This is the perfect positioning for this text. You can go ahead and click apply at that point, and then OK, and then reopen your application. Now, I really wish you could get rid of ads on the client, but you just can't. I think they're optimizing the client to eventually get rid of these advertisements, which would be very, very cool to see. But now we can go ahead and full screen and then click free build, and you guys will see my FPS at some points goes over 250 or whatever, but since I'm recording, you really can't see it. Trust me, guys, if I stopped recording right now, I would easily be hitting 300 FPS, but you can actually see my game is really, really smooth now. Like, there is no lag, there's no frame drops, everything is running very, very smooth. And you can see as I'm falling, I almost hit 300 FPS. Like right here, I'm hitting 300 FPS, which is absolutely insane. Now you're probably wondering, does this work in 1v1 BR duos? And yes, it does work in 1v1 BR duos, the whole shebang. You can keep fighting whoever you want. You just can't log in, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. But here we go. You guys can see I can run the game very smooth. You can play every game mode. This is just so you don't get like ping abuse or whatever, and it runs really smooth. And man, that was kind of loud. Even though the volume was kind of low, that was still a little bit loud for the gameplay. But yeah, if I wanted to run BR duos, I could. You guys can see it runs just like a normal queue. The very big main difference is that you get really good FPS, and you seem to run way smoother than you do on your browser, because the browser, sometimes you'll just hit weird frame drops for no apparent reason. But in this case, you're just chilling, you don't have any real issues, and it works perfectly fine. Now, just for me, I'm going to turn down my volume a tiny bit. I don't know why it's so loud at some points. But we're chilling. It's not that loud anymore. There we go. We killed him. My aim's not the best right now. Oh! He just sniped me! Holy! This guy's real good. We need to make sure we don't die here. Try and snipe this guy. Oh, well, he might be dead now. There we go. That guy should be dead. And then one last person, Sauce, all the way up there at the top. I hit him 56, but I only have 15 HP, so I might have to hold out for my teammate to do all the work. Let's see if we can potentially build up to him really fast with this new FPS. Yo, we're cranking, boys. We are cranking. We're probably already up. Yeah, we're already above him. Wow. And he doesn't even know we're here. We could just snipe him. Oh, no, we can't, because I just missed my shots. Okay, let's drop down. We got this, boys. Let's go get him, right? Wait. Did he not fully drop? He just left. Okay, well, he ended up leaving. I really love the performance, though, with this client. It's absolutely amazing. But that's basically it for this video. Party works, Box 2v2 works, Aim Trainer works. You just can't play comp on a client, which I really wish you could, because playing comp on a client would be absolutely unbelievable. Like, you would get such good FPS. You could play to the best of your ability, but you really can't. So this is mainly going to be set up when I host tournaments or whatever. I could easily start a party and invite people, and they need to be playing on the client, or they could be playing on a browser. That's how cool this is. You can play against people on browser. You can play on your own. It's just the client itself helps you perform way better than you usually do. If you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss my uploads. But without further ado, I will see you guys in the next one.